On my wedding day, my mom called the cops, saying I was being held hostage.
Mr. Whitaker, sorry to crash your wedding. Your family filed an emergency petition. They think you're being controlled by your partner. We just need to confirm you're safe and this marriage is your choice. Fine. Let's do this.
The cop leads me to a side room.
Mr. Whitner, you feel safe right now? Yeah. Today's marriage completely your choice? Yes. Has Bennett cut you off from your family, controlled your money, threatened you, or pushed you into this? No. Your family says you left after college and never came back. They think someone's pulling your strings. They're not worried about me. They're just pissed I didn't follow their plan. All right, you're free to go.
Ethan! What the hell were you thinking? You got married and didn't even tell us? You have no idea how scared we were when we saw the news.
Mrs. Bennett, I don't know what you did, but my son is not your puppet.
Before Nora can answer, I take her hand and look my father in the eye.
I chose this. Bullshit! You're throwing away your parents for her?
We're your family. You can't just walk away.
My eyes move from my mother's pale face to my father's tight jaw, and finally my brother Leo standing in the back. I think back to graduation day. My classmates celebrating their futures. My parents planning Leo's trip to Paris, and I was handed a pair of gray work boots. Graduation was over. I was still in my gown when Michael handed me a pair of slip-resistant work boots.
Got these just for you. You can stand in them 10 hours, no problem.
The campus lawn was packed. Flowers, champagne, laughter everywhere. Kids getting kissed on the forehead by their parents. Groups taking photos with diplomas and siblings. Caps flying in the air. Everyone was holding something. Mine wasn't flowers, just a pair of gray, dusty boots.
Why would I need to stand for 10 hours?
Got you a job at the supermarket down the street. Cashier and stocking, steady shifts, good money.
Mom.
I wanted to tell her I was top of my class. My professor said I had a real shot in investment and was going to hook me up with a job.
So what? You just graduated. Time to get your hands dirty. Grades don't mean you've made it. Hard work does.
Exactly. You're the big brother. Got to set an example for Leo.
Freshman summer budget was tight, they said. I packed boxes in a warehouse while they took Leo to New York for a music festival. Sophomore summer, I worked a coffee shop open to close. Laura took my tips and paid for Leo's driving lessons. Junior summer, I tutored high school kids in econ and math. Michael took Leo to Greece. Said young people needed to see the world. Now, I was done. I needed a job. I needed to figure out my own path. I needed to make my first real decision. And they thought the best I could do was stand at a checkout counter for 10 hours.
Mom, should we do the Louvre first or the Seine? Should I get a camera?
Louvre first, obviously. Buy whatever you want. Dad's paying. Don't hold back this time.
Last summer before college. Make it count. Yes! Dad's the best!
I turned to Michael. He swallowed, looked away, didn't even ask if I wanted to go. I looked down and slowly put on the boots.
Got it.
That's my boy. Can't be selfish, right?
The boots were light. Light enough to walk right out of that house.
Hey, I need your suitcase. No. What? Why not? Mine's brand new. What if it gets scratched? Yours is old. You don't even need it. I do. You're just working at a grocery store. What do you need a suitcase for?
I bought that thing sophomore year with 3 months of part-time pay. Back then, I figured I'd need it someday. Interviews, work trips, maybe even a real vacation. Leo borrowed it twice. First time, he brought it back with a dent in the corner. Second time, the zipper was busted. Every time, he'd just flash that grin and say it was an accident. Then he'd do it again.
I said I need it.
Leo just wants to borrow a suitcase. You got to make a big deal out of everything?
We're leaving for the trip. Don't ruin it over something this dumb. Forget it. He doesn't want to leave it anyway.
Look how nice your brother's being. Ethan, why do you always have to turn everything into a fight?
I need it tomorrow too.
For what? The store's 10 minutes away? You going to drag a UK to the register?
I didn't answer, because I'd just gotten an email I'd been waiting for. Congratulations, Ethan Whitaker. Your placement in the Port Meridian Emerging Markets Fellowship has been confirmed. 2 months, campus recruiting, written tests, online interviews, a final case presentation, all on my own. The program came with housing and a stipend. Tons of people applied. This was what I'd been grinding for. 4 years of late nights studying, working shifts, applying, getting rejected, and applying again.
You've been getting pretty full of yourself lately.
I didn't bother explaining. Just shut the door and went back to my room. Dinner time. Still, nobody called me.
The living room at the lake house has to be my light wood color. My room needs to face the lake, and I get the floor to ceiling windows.
Of course. Pick your own furniture when you get back.
Great spot out there. You can bring friends over once you're settled. What lake house?
The room went quiet for a second. Michael cleared his throat.
Oh, we bought a little place by the lake about 6 months ago. Meant to tell you, but we've been so busy lately.
6 months. 180-something days. Was it really that they never got around to it? Or that they never thought of me as part of this?
What's the door code? 081904.
August 19th, Leo's birthday. 04, Laura's birth month. Not one number for me.
Mom, do you remember my birthday?
Why are you asking that? Don't you know your own birthday?
You're a winner, baby. Snowed like crazy that night. Your mom almost bled out in the middle of the night, scared us half to death. You've been trouble since day one.
Michael, don't.
So that's how they saw me. A problem from the very start. That night, after I washed the last dish, I opened that email again. I stared at the screen for a long time. Something in my chest finally loosened. I typed, "I will report on time." Next day, I headed to the health center by myself to get checked out for the job. I stood in line by myself, filled out forms, took my ID photo.
Emergency contact?
I held the pen for a long time, finally wrote down my own backup email. That night, I got home. Leo had just come back from shopping, showing off his haul. He'd bought Laura a scarf, Michael a shirt.
Look at our son. Actually thinks about us before he goes anywhere. You're back. You're so much older than Leo, and I don't see you ever thinking about buying your mother and father anything.
Where would I get the money?
What do you mean? You blaming us for not giving you money?
Did you ever?
Ethan, watch your mouth. Apologize to your mother.
I did nothing wrong. I'm not apologizing.
That night, I bought a one-way ticket to Port Meridian. The next morning, the house was loud.
Passport? Charger? Phone?
Come on, the airport car's already downstairs.
I came out of my room with my suitcase. The living room went quiet for a second.
Here we go again with that look. Guess we can't even be happy without pissing him off.
Where are you going, bro?
Where else? Work.
I pulled the door open. Leo dragged his suitcase past me, shoved right through, and jumped into the car. The grocery store was 10 minutes away. Why was I dragging a suitcase?
Ethan, where are you really going?
Dad, come on, we're gonna miss the flight.
Michael stopped. One way was me. The other was Leo.
Michael! Let's go!
My father turned around, got in the car.
Goodbye, Mom and Dad. You're going to Paris, I'm going to the station, and I'm not coming back.
Port Meridian was colder than I expected. As the train rolled along the coast, I watched gray-blue sky, wet streets, and the old port cranes in the distance. The program sent a shuttle.
First time? Yeah. You look wiped. New place takes getting used to. Get some rest.
My dorm was on the edge of the university district. Cafe downstairs, used bookstore on the corner, grad students next door. I dragged my suitcase inside. In the shared kitchen, 3 roommates were making pasta.
You're Ethan, right? I'm Maya. We were waiting for you to eat. What kind of sauce you like? Tomato, cream, or pesto?
I knew Laura didn't like spicy food. Michael took his coffee black, no sugar. Leo had a sweet tooth.
Take your time. Try all 3. Okay.
That night, the family group chat blew up. Leo posted an airport selfie. Paris, here I come. Laura posted a photo of the 3 of them. Michael holding his coffee, making a face at the camera. Then Laura tagged me. Don't forget to get to the store early tomorrow. Don't oversleep. I stared at that message for a long time. Then I left the group. Hours later, Michael called the supermarket.
Ethan Witcher? He never showed up.
That's when they figured it out. I was gone. Like I'd never been part of that house at all. The orientation was held in a lecture hall at Port Meridian University. I sat by the window with my badge, program handbook, and dorm key in hand. The coordinator ran through the rules, rotation schedule, and mentorship system. During a break, a woman stopped by my desk. She held out a safety guide.
You missed one.
I looked up. She was tall, black shirt, long trench coat, gray-green eyes, calm, and almost cutting. No standard employee badge on her chest, just a simple silver pin. I took the guide.
Thanks.
She glanced at my badge.
Ethan Whitaker?
Yeah.
Hi. I'm Nora Bennett.
The moment she said her name, the interns nearby went quiet. I knew exactly who she was. Youngest executive director of Bennett Holdings, the one running Bennett Capital, the heir the media called the 20-something who'd already made the board and closed billion-dollar deals before 30. I glanced at the file in her hand.
Come down here yourself to hand out handouts?
Nora looked up.
Safety's not about rank. You're hired by my company. That makes you my responsibility.
That night, past 9, my phone buzzed again. It was Michael.
The store said you never showed. I checked your room. Your suitcase is gone. Ethan, where are you?
I stared at the screen.
Everything okay at home? Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I worked late that night. By the time I left the office, half the streetlights were out. Walking through an underpass, I heard footsteps behind me. At first, I thought nothing of it. Just another pedestrian. Then the steps got closer. I sped up. So did they.
Get off!
Let him go.
Nora's voice cut through. She stood at the roadside, 2 security guards behind her.
Ethan, look at me. You're bleeding.
When I woke up again, I was in the hospital observation room. Nora sat at a small table nearby, going through documents. She spotted me awake and shut her laptop.
You doing okay?
Not bad.
Mild concussion, bruising on your shoulder and arm. The doctor said they'll keep you for observation tonight. You can leave tomorrow.
Before I could figure out what to say, my phone started buzzing nonstop. Nora glanced at it. I unlocked the screen. Laura's first message read,
Stop playing dead. Call me right now. Where did you go?
Your mother's worried sick. Don't be dramatic.
Bro, the store said you never showed. What are you even doing?
Ethan, you're being so immature.
Bro, just reply. Mom's really worried.
Worried? I stared at the word. It felt absurd. The phone rang again. I picked up.
Ethan Whithater, where the hell are you?
Port Moraine.
What are you doing there?
Working.
We got you a job already.
I don't want it.
Since when did you get so selfish? You disappear without a word and you have no idea how humiliated we are.
Did you know I was the top student in my finance program?
Silence on the other end.
Did you know how many interviews I went to? Did you know I paid my own tuition for 4 years? Did you know I worked every single summer? Never went anywhere. Never took a break.
I'm asking you why you didn't go to the store. Stop digging up old crap.
You're the older brother. Leo's younger than you. You should be the one to make sacrifices. You're the older brother.
Because I'm 1 year older, I'm supposed to be the good one forever? Stay behind. Wash the dishes, work the shifts. While he gets New York, Greece, Paris.
Just breathing on the line.
I kept going. The lake house. 6 months. 180 honey days. Not one day was good enough to tell me. You keep saying you raised an independent son, but you just raised someone who learned really early that no one was ever coming to help him.
Why do you have to make us sound so awful? We're your family!
Did you ever treat me like family? I don't need a family like this.
I hung up. The observation room door opened. Nora walked in with takeout. She didn't ask who I was fighting with. Didn't ask what was said. She just opened the containers and set them in front of me.
Soup first or food?
I looked at her for a long time. This was the first time anyone had ever asked me what I wanted.
Soup first.
Nora handed me the bowl.
Okay.
After the program ended, I stayed in Port Meridian and joined the analytics department at a major asset management firm. Laura would occasionally text, asking when I was coming back. Michael said the supermarket near home still had a spot for me. I never replied to any of them. 6 months later, on my birthday, Maya and my roommates got me a lemon cake.
I asked you 3 times what you liked and you said whatever every time, so I just went with it. Why lemon? Because the first time you had pasta with us, you finished the one with the lemon sauce first.
Someone actually remembered something like that. That night, Nora showed up too. She didn't bring anything flashy, just a small black box. Inside was a silver bookmark, engraved with a line, "For the life you choose."
Why are you so good to me?
Because I see you.
Something hit me right in the chest. For 22 years, I rarely did anything unplanned. But that moment, I crossed the distance and kissed her.
I'm older than you. My work keeps me busy. I can't be there every day like some younger girl might. You can still walk away.
I didn't step back. I kissed her again.
I'm not walking away.
Michael called while I was reading an industry report. I hesitated, then picked up.
Son, do you hate us?
No.
Michael let out an audible breath of relief.
Then why won't you come home? Because I resent you.
Finally, Leo got on the phone. His voice was hesitant, and I couldn't hear much sincerity in it.
Bro, you never cried, never threw a tantrum, never asked for anything. I thought you really didn't care. I didn't ask because I knew it wouldn't matter. I'm sorry.
I didn't answer. A late apology means nothing. Michael took the phone back.
Come home. I'll find you another job near here. Safe. You'll be around family.
I asked.
Go back to what? Watching you all revolve around Leo?
He went silent. All I could hear was his breathing on the other end.
Dad, why did you never take me anywhere? I'm your son too.
A long pause, then Michael's voice low.
Ethan, I'm sorry.
I hung up. That night, Leo sent me a long email. He admitted he knew I wanted to go somewhere every summer, that he'd broken my suitcase on purpose. He knew they shouldn't have kept the lake house from me. He said he'd asked our parents not to tell me first, because he wanted first pick of the room by the lake, the one with the best view. He said he'd always known it wasn't fair, but he was scared. Our parents had money, but not that much, and if they ever started treating us equally, he'd lose everything he had. I read that email, sat there for a long time, then I blocked every single one of them. The years that followed, I never stopped. I went from analyst to investment manager. Then I left the big firm and started North Star Capital. At the lowest point, the company account had barely enough to cover 2 months. I lived in an apartment near the office, pitched to investors during the day, ran models at night, huddled with my team in the early hours. People said I was too young, said I had no backing, no connections, no footing in the capital world. Plenty of people were waiting for me to fall. I didn't explain. I just worked. Year 1, North Star almost bled out. Year 2, we dodged a massive blow up in the energy sector. Year 3, one of our portfolio companies went public. Year 4, North Star was one of the most talked about new funds in the market. Nora was with me the whole time. Over those years, she took over Bennett Capital first, then became chairman of Bennett Holdings. She gave North Star opportunities, but she never made my decisions for me. At North Star's lowest point,
I can open a door, but walking through it, that's on you.
Later, standing at the top of North Star's new headquarters, looking out over the city lights, I told her,
You opened a door for me, but I built the building behind it.
we were never about one of us saving the other. I walked into the study of the Bennett family estate. Nora was still going through documents. I placed a black velvet box on her desk.
What's this?
I dropped to one knee, opened the box. Nora looked at it for a long time before meeting my eyes.
Are you sure?
I don't have a single family member worth inviting, and I don't need a wedding to prove anything to anyone. But I want to build a home with you. Not because I need the Bennett name, not because you need North Star's value, just because I want to come home to you every single time.
Nora was quiet for a long moment. Then she stood and walked over to me.
Ethan, let's get married.
We had this wedding, not to make anyone jealous, not to make the Whitakers regret anything, just because I wanted her written into every single plan I'd ever make. At my wedding, I got a message from an unknown number. First text, Ethan, your mother knows you're getting married. Then a second one, she called the police.
Mr. Whitner,
The officer's voice pulled me back to the present.
I've confirmed you're not under any form of coercive control. We'll close this check.
The door opened. Laura was the first one through.
Ethan, we know we were wrong. We really know we were wrong. Please come back. We'll save you a room at the lake house. We can rearrange everything at home.
I don't need any of that anymore, Mom.
Tears rolled down her face.
Still holding a grudge about us playing favorites, aren't you? But we've apologized. What more do you want?
I thought about it. What did I really want?
When I was little, all I wanted was for you to call me to the table. In college, I wanted you to ask if I was tired. On graduation day, I wanted a single flower. When Leo went to Paris, I wanted someone to ask if I wanted to come too. But now, I don't want anything anymore.
We're your family. You can't just cut us out.
Then you should have remembered I was your son a lot sooner.
The room went quiet. Leo stood in the corner and said quietly,
Bro, I'm sorry.
I looked at him. First time in his life he'd ever truly lowered his head to me. I didn't say I forgave him.
Got it.
Michael's face was getting darker by the second.
Enough! Are you happy now? You've torn this family apart. We're your parents, and you're throwing us away for a woman?
Nora stood by the door, her eyes cold, but I was already in front of her.
You've got it wrong. I didn't leave you for Nora. I left you before I even knew her. She never controlled me. She never asked me to sacrifice a thing for her.
If you walk out that door with her today, don't you ever come back! Dad!
Michael, stop.
But I just smiled, calm, like I'd been waiting for this answer all along. I looked at my father and said,
Okay.
I turned and walked back toward the hall, didn't look back. When I re-entered, the guests were all watching, quiet. Sunlight still streamed through the stained glass. Nora stood under the flower arch, her wedding gown catching the light, like nothing had happened. She reached out her hand to me. I walked over and took the ring back from my best man. The officiant asked me,
Ethan Whitler, do you take Nora Bennett to be your wife? To honor, love, and cherish her through all the days of your life, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health? I do.
I do too.
I slid the ring onto her finger. The ceremony ended. We got into the car. The rain had stopped outside. The clouds broke open, and a pale golden light spread across the sea in the distance. Nora turned to me.
You okay?
I took a deep breath. 8 years ago, when I left, I carried anger, resentment, and so many questions I never got to ask. But now I realized I didn't need the answers anymore. I held her hand tight.
I'm good.
She smiled.
Then let's go home?
I looked ahead.
Yeah. Let's go home.
Mornings in Port Meridian always carry the salt of the old docks. Seagulls rested on the railing outside the floor-to-ceiling windows. In the distance, cranes moved slowly through the gray-blue morning fog. I stood at the kitchen island, tamping the ground coffee. The machine hummed as dark brown liquid dripped into the porcelain cups. Nora walked up from behind.
Not going to the office today?
First day of vacation. I left the VP in charge.
I handed her one of the cups.
Where do you want to go today? A West Coast road trip or an art exhibition in the South District?
She took the coffee. Before she could speak, the phone on the marble countertop vibrated. The name of North Star's PR director, David, flashed on the screen. I stared at the name, took a sip of my coffee, and let it ring. 3 seconds later, Nora's phone rang too. It was the chief crisis advisor of Bennett Holdings. Nora and I exchanged a look. She swiped to answer and turned on the speakerphone.
Miss Bennett, I'm sorry to interrupt your honeymoon.
The advisor's voice was tight.
10 minutes ago, Port Meridian's largest social news channel released an exclusive interview. Because this involves you and Mr. Whitfield, the heat is rising exponentially. I have sent the link to your email.
The page loaded, and Laura and Michael's faces appeared on the screen. The background seemed to be the cheap motel they were staying in.
We're truly out of options. My eldest son, Ethan Whitaker, abandoned us to marry into wealth. He not only cut off all contact, but he also took his brother's down payment for a house. That was our family's entire saving.
When Laura finished, he looked up and sighed at the camera.
We don't blame him. We know his current wife is powerful. Maybe he was forced or manipulated. We don't want money. We just want him to come home and see his sick mother.
Below the video, the comment section was scrolling frantically. I watched the two of them on screen, expressionless. 8 years later, their tactics of twisting the truth and playing the victim to extort money hadn't improved at all.
Need the legal department to handle this? For this level of defamation, Bennett's lawyers can shut them up in half a day.
No need.
I took the tablet and closed the page completely.
Silencing them will only make the public think we're guilty. They just want me to cave to public pressure and pay hush money.
My phone vibrated again. This time, it was my partner at North Star.
Ethan, 3 LPs just called asking about the situation. 2 are conservative family funds with zero tolerance for moral flaws in founders. If we don't handle this well, next month's Phase 2 fundraising will be in serious trouble.
Tell them I'll give the market a perfect explanation within 72 hours.
In a motel in the southern suburbs of Port Meridian.
Look, over $1 million. I told you this would work. He's a big shot now. His biggest fear is a ruined reputation. Rich people care about their image the most.
Michael poured a glass of cheap motel whiskey, leaned against a peeling cabinet.
Wasn't he arrogant at the wedding yesterday? Even had the police kick us out. Thinks he can fly high just because he hooked up with that Bennett woman? Without me giving him life, he's nothing.
Leo clutched his head, pale-faced, watching the vicious online comments. His voice trembled.
Mom, he isn't like that. And he never took my house money. What if he looks into it? He used to be nice, but now he doesn't even want this family. What if he takes revenge?
Shut up! What are you afraid of? No matter how rich he is, he came out of my belly. It's a fact he doesn't support his parents. We have nothing to lose. Once he hands over tens of millions to settle, you can pay off your lakefront cabin early and Mom will buy you a better car.
Michael drained his glass and smacked his lips.
What's tens of millions? His company's worth billions. I'm his father. I should get at least half his shares.
Someone knocked on the door. Laura's eyes lit up. She quickly smoothed her clothes.
It must be his assistant with the check. Leo, get the door. Remember, play tough. Nothing less than 50 million.
Mr. Leo Whitaker?
I'm an investigator from the Port Marion Tax Authority. We received a real name report that your lakefront cabin is suspected of using forged bank statements to secure a bridge loan alongside serious tax evasion. Please come with us.
The top-floor conference room at North Star headquarters. I sat at the head of the table, flipping through a financial due diligence report. David stood by the projector, cold sweat on his forehead.
Ethan, the public outcry is still growing. Rival media are fanning the flames, trying to drag North Star's investments into this. The stock prices of a few pre-IP companies we invested in fluctuated slightly today.
I tossed the report onto the table with a dull thud.
Ignore the media.
I interlaced my fingers.
Find out who brought them from their hometown to Port Meridian. That social news channel charges a hefty interview fee. As stingy as they are, they'd never pay out of pocket.
David froze.
You mean someone is behind this?
They're stupid, but they wouldn't dare challenge the Bennett family alone. Someone is using my family to test Bennett's bottom line. Or trying to short North Star.
The office door opened.
Boss, the tax authority-wide was taken in for questioning. Leo Whitler was taken in for questioning. The house's down payment records are indeed forged, and the funds involve an underground bank.
What are Laura and Michael doing now?
Making a scene in the tax authority lobby, Laura had to throw a tantrum on the floor and was dragged out by security. Now they're frantically calling you.
I picked up my muted phone from the desk. Over 50 missed calls, all from an unknown number. I dialed the number. It connected instantly.
Ethan, you bastard! What did you do to your brother? If he goes to prison, I'll haunt you even in death!
Only when she gasped for breath did I speak calmly.
Mom, didn't you say on TV that I took the family's money? Since I took it, where did Leo get the money to buy a house? The tax agency would love to know.
What do you want? He's your own brother!
I'm giving you 2 hours. At 3 p.m., bring your media friends to the North Star press room downstairs. Tell them who put you up to this and clarify every word in that video.
And if we don't go?
I chuckled lightly.
Then you can celebrate your precious son's birthday in prison next year.